Welcome in, everybody. Today, we're going to be diving into something I'm sure a lot of you have thought about. Uh, it's this whole thing with billionaires and books. I mean, think about it. They've already made it. They've got all the resources in the world. You'd think they'd be kicking back on a beach somewhere. But nope, they're still hitting the books. And this isn't just the latest business bestsellers either. We're talking deep dives into history, philosophy, you name it. And we're going to be looking at it all through a really cool lens. Buddhist philosophy, and for this deep dive, we'll be pulling some fascinating insights from Aziz.
Oh, yeah, that's a great source for this kind of thing. Really gets you thinking about success in a different way.
Right. So let's jump right in.
hmm
One of the first things that jumped out at me was this idea that for these high achievers, books aren't just about information.
Yeah, it's more than just like data points or quick tips.
It's like they're tapping into a deeper well of wisdom.
A reservoir of wisdom, they call it.
I like that.
Me too.
Yeah.
And this is where the whole Buddhist concept of awareness comes in.
Awareness. Okay, I'm listening. Well, think about it. Every time you open a book, you're essentially opening a conversation.
Oh, yeah, with the author.
Even
Yeah.
more than that, it's like you're connecting with some of history's greatest minds.
Whoa, okay, I see what you mean. Like
Yeah.
you're getting their insights directly.
Right. It's like having Steve Jobs or Marcus Aurelius as your personal mentor.
Or hey, even Warren Buffett sharing all their secrets with you.
Uh-huh. I wish it were that easy. But you get the idea. And the source specifically talks about how billionaires use biographies for this kind of learning.
Biographies, makes sense. I mean, those are full of real-world experiences.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's not just about celebrating success stories either. It's about understanding how these individuals navigated complex situations, the
Yeah.
mistake they made,
Learning from their failures, too. That's huge.
and seeing the lessons they learned along the way. It's like gaining a strategic advantage by studying the past.
Almost like a cheat sheet for life.
In a way, but it's more than that. They're not just reading for pleasure. They're actively seeking knowledge that can help them make better decisions in the present and future.
So it's not just about the past, then. It's about applying those lessons to the here and now.
Totally. And speaking of the future, that's another key point the source brings up. It talks about how reading helps billionaires develop a broader perspective.
A broader perspective. What do you mean by that?
Well, think about it. It's so easy to get caught up in our own little bubbles. You know, our routines, our daily lives.
Oh, yeah, for sure. It's like tunnel vision.
But reading can break us out of that. It exposes us to different ideas, ways of thinking, philosophies even.
So instead of just focusing on today, they're using reading to expand their horizons.
Exactly. They're gaining insights from philosophers, artists, even mystics. It's like they're constantly expanding their mental map of the world.
I like that analogy. It's like they're upgrading their GPS systems constantly.
And the source gives this really cool example of a billionaire reading about nature and suddenly seeing connections between seemingly unrelated concepts.
Nature. What kind of connections are we talking about?
Well, it doesn't get into specifics, but the point is, these connections sparked a breakthrough innovation in their business.
Wow. So by diversifying their reading, they're essentially priming their minds for those aha moments.
That's the idea. They're opening themselves up to new possibilities, new ways of seeing the world.
And it's not just about sparking creativity either. The source also talks about how reading helps sharpen critical thinking and decision-making skills.
I can see how that's important. I mean, they're dealing with billion-dollar decisions every day.
It's high-stakes stuff.
Yeah.
But how exactly does reading translate into better decision-making?
Well, it goes back to that Buddhist principle of awareness.
Awareness, right? We talked about that earlier.
It's about understanding your own internal landscape, your thoughts, emotions, even your biases.
So like knowing yourself better leads to better decisions?
Exactly. Reading, especially in fields like philosophy or psychology, can really help cultivate that self-awareness.
Oh, I see. So by understanding themselves better, they can make more objective strategic decisions.
Exactly. And there's actually a Buddhist teaching that sums this up perfectly.
Oh, really? What is it?
The one who understands the mind understands the world.
Wow. That's deep. I like that.
Me too. It highlights how inner awareness can lead to a deeper understanding of the world around us.
And ultimately to more effective actions.
Right. So reading isn't just about passive information intake. It's an active process of self-discovery and growth.
I'm starting to see why billionaires are such avid readers.
And it's not just about understanding yourself either. Reading can also provide insights into how other people think.
I mean, like their motivations, values, that kind of thing.
Exactly. It's incredibly valuable and feels like negotiation, leadership, even building stronger relationships.
It's like reading is giving them a secret decoder ring for human behavior.
I like that analogy. The more you understand human psychology, the better equipped you are to navigate complex interactions and achieve your goals.
That makes a lot of sense. So we've got this idea of reading as a source of wisdom, a way to broaden horizons, and a tool for sharpening critical thinking.
What else does the source have to say about this connection between billionaires and books?
Well, it goes on to emphasize the importance of reading as a discipline, a practice that fosters personal growth and resilience.
Especially in a world that's constantly trying to distract us.
Right. To achieve that level of success, you need incredible discipline and a drive to keep learning.
It's like they're constantly upgrading their mental operating systems,
Yeah,
making sure they have the latest tools and frameworks.
I love that analogy. And the source even connects this back to Buddhist teachings.
Oh, how so?
It highlights the idea that we become what we repeatedly do. It's all about how our habits, even something as simple as daily reading, can shape our character.
Wow, that's powerful.
Yeah.
It shifts the focus from just acquiring knowledge to actively shaping who we become.
And ultimately, it's about shaping our destiny.
This is fascinating. We've uncovered so much about how reading enhances decision-making, promotes personal growth.
And even cultivates emotional intelligence.
It's clear that reading, when approached intentionally, can be truly transformative.
Absolutely. It shapes our minds, our hearts, and ultimately our destinies.
And the best part is this transformative power is available to everyone.
No matter who you are or what your goals are.
We all have the power to pick up a book and start that journey.
Well said. We've covered a lot of ground today, but there's still so much more to uncover.
So much more to this fascinating connection between billionaires, their reading habits, and the principles of Buddhism.
Let's dive deeper into the specific ways billionaires leverage reading to refine their decision-making prowess.
I'm ready. Let's do it.
Okay, so let's get into it. How do these reading habits actually translate into concrete actions and impactful choices?
You're right. We've talked about the big ideas, but I'm curious to see the practical side of things.
Well, the source highlights a really crucial point. Reading, particularly in areas like history, economics, and philosophy, enables billionaires to spot recurring patterns and trends.
Like they're getting a bird's eye view of history.
Exactly, understanding how events and decisions are interconnected across time.
So they're not just reacting to the present. They're shaping the future based on what they've learned from the past.
Precisely. And remember that Buddhist principle of mindfulness. This is where it comes full circle. By understanding the interconnectedness of things, they're more likely to make informed choices that benefit not only themselves, but also the world around them.
So their reading habits aren't just about personal gain. It's about developing a sense of responsibility.
Right. A responsibility for their actions and their impact on the world.
Which often shows up in their philanthropic efforts and their commitment to addressing global challenges.
Absolutely. It's amazing to see how these concepts of mindfulness and awareness can be applied to high-stakes business decisions.
Really speaks to the universal relevance of these principles. But let's get into some concrete examples. The source mentions Warren Buffett and his crazy reading habit.
Oh yeah, I've heard about that. The guy's a reading machine.
Like hundreds of pages a day.
Yeah.
How does he even find the time?
Well, for someone like Buffett, reading isn't just a hobby. It's a fundamental part of his daily routine.
Just like eating or sleeping. And it clearly pays off. His ability to analyze companies and make those long-term investments is incredible.
It's a testament to how reading can sharpen the mind and build that knowledge base needed for sound judgment.
So it's not just about reading anything.
Yeah.
It's about choosing material that challenges your thinking.
Right. Exposing yourself to new perspectives, even those that challenge your existing beliefs.
They're not just trying to confirm what they already know. They're pushing themselves to think differently.
And that willingness to step outside their comfort zone is key to their continuous evolution.
Okay, so we've got pattern recognition, critical thinking, the importance of lifelong learning. What are the decision-making superpowers does reading unlock?
Well, the source also emphasizes the cultivation of patience, something that's often overlooked in today's fast-paced world.
Patience. How does that tie into reading?
It's about mastering the art of delayed gratification, understanding that true success often takes time.
So they're playing the long game, resisting impulsive actions and making more deliberate choices.
Exactly. It's like they're developing an inner compass, a sense of clarity that guides them towards decisions aligned with their values.
And that alignment is key for finding meaning and fulfillment, not just success.
The source suggests that reading, particularly in areas like philosophy and ethics, can help with this self-reflection.
It's like they're having a deep conversation with themselves, figuring out what truly matters.
And letting those values guide their actions, which is a powerful concept, using reading as a pathway to self-discovery.
It reminds me of that Buddhist teaching about right action, where actions are guided by wisdom and compassion.
You're exactly right. Reading can be a valuable tool for cultivating those qualities. But there's another aspect the source highlights that I find particularly interesting.
What's that?
The role of reading in developing emotional intelligence.
Emotional intelligence. I haven't thought about that before. How does reading help with that?
Well, think about it. By exposing yourself to a wide range of characters and their experiences, you're expanding your emotional vocabulary.
So you're getting a deeper understanding of human nature through these stories.
Exactly. It helps you develop empathy, the ability to understand and share the feelings of others.
Which is essential for building strong relationships and navigating conflicts.
Absolutely. And I imagine that's crucial for billionaires who are constantly dealing with people.
Whether they're leading teams, negotiating deals, or building partnerships.
Emotional intelligence is becoming increasingly recognized as a key factor in success.
Both personally and professionally. And reading, especially fiction, can be a powerful tool for developing that empathy. It's like a simulator for real-life interactions.
Exactly, allowing you to safely explore a range of emotions and perspectives.
And those simulated experiences can translate into real-world benefits.
Making you more adept at connecting with others and navigating complex situations.
So it's not just about becoming smarter, it's about becoming more human.
More in tune with ourselves and others.
Reading offers a gateway to that deeper understanding of the human experience.
This has been an incredible deep dive so far.
We've uncovered so much about how reading enhances decision-making, promotes personal growth.
And even cultivates emotional intelligence.
And the most inspiring part is that this power is available to everyone.
Absolutely. Whether you're aiming for a billion-dollar success or simply striving to live a more fulfilling life, reading can be a powerful ally.
Well said. Before we wrap up, I want to touch on one more point that our source material highlighted.
Okay, what is it?
This idea of daily reading as a ritual, a practice that cultivates both discipline and mindfulness.
That's a great point. In a world full of distractions, it's easy to lose sight of our long-term goals.
But billionaires, with their consistent reading habits, really demonstrate the power of focused discipline.
It's like they're making a conscious choice to invest in themselves.
Prioritizing their growth even with their crazy schedules.
That commitment to self-improvement, that relentless pursuit of knowledge, is a hallmark of successful people.
It's a good reminder that success isn't just about talent or luck. It's about making those deliberate choices.
And reading, when practiced daily, can become a powerful ritual that reinforces those choices.
It's like a daily affirmation, a way of saying, I'm investing in myself.
I'm prioritizing my growth. I'm committed to becoming the best version of myself.
And that mindset is what ultimately separates those who achieve extraordinary things from those who just drift through life.
I love that. It's so empowering to realize that we all have the power to choose our path.
To shape our destinies and create lives filled with purpose and meaning.
And something as simple as reading can be a guiding light on that journey.
Beautifully said. It's been a truly enriching deep dive exploring this intersection of billionaires, Buddhism, and the power of reading.
And we can all take away some valuable insights from this conversation.
Whether we're aiming for billion-dollar success or simply striving to live more fulfilling lives.
Reading can be a powerful ally.
So as we conclude this deep dive, I want to leave our listener with a final thought.
Ooh, good one.
Inspired by the Buddhist concept of interconnectedness.
Okay, I like where this is going.
How might you apply the insights you've gained from your reading to not just your own life, but to making a positive impact on the world around you?
That's beautiful. It encourages us to think beyond personal growth.
And consider how we can use our knowledge to create positive change.
Because ultimately, true fulfillment comes not just from personal achievement, but from contributing to something larger than ourselves.
From making a difference in the lives of others.
Beautifully said. And on that note, we'll wrap up this episode of The Deep Dive. Keep exploring, keep reading, and keep striving to make a positive impact on the world. Until next time, happy reading. All right, so we're back, and we've been talking about how billionaires use reading, for self-improvement and to get like a bigger picture of things.
Right, and how it kind of ties into Buddhist philosophy.
Yeah, exactly. Now let's get into how all this reading actually affects the decisions they make. The big choices they're known for.
I'm with you. We've talked about the concepts, but I want to see the rubber meet the road. How does reading actually lead to action?
Well, one thing the source points out is that by reading, especially things like history, economics, philosophy, billionaires can start to see patterns and trends that most people miss.
Oh, interesting. So it's like they're getting this panoramic view of history.
Exactly. They start to see how events and decisions are all connected across time.
So they're not just reacting to what's happening right now. They're using the past to shape the future.
You got it. And remember that Buddhist idea of mindfulness we talked about? This is where it all comes together. When they understand how everything's connected, they're more likely to make decisions that are good for everyone, not just themselves.
So it's not just about personal gain. It's about taking responsibility for their impact on the world.
Right, and that often shows up in their philanthropy and their efforts to tackle global issues.
It's amazing how these ideas of mindfulness and awareness, which we usually think of as spiritual, can actually be applied to big business decisions.
It shows you how universal these principles are. But let's get specific. The source talks about Warren Buffett, the legendary investor.
Oh yeah, I've heard he's a voracious reader.
He is. The source mentions his insane reading habit as a key to his success.
I think I read somewhere that he reads like hundreds of pages every day. How does he even have the time?
It's all about priorities. For someone like Buffett, reading isn't a hobby. It's like a vital part of his routine.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
And it obviously works. I mean, his ability to analyze companies and make smart long-term investments is incredible.
It really shows you how reading can make you sharper and build up the knowledge you need to make good decisions, especially in a world that's always changing.
So it's not just about reading anything. It's about picking the right stuff that challenges you and shows you new perspectives.
You got it. The source emphasizes how billionaires actively look for diverse viewpoints, even ones that go against what they already believe.
So they're not afraid to be challenged. They're actually seeking it out.
Exactly. That willingness to step outside their comfort zone is what helps them keep growing and adapting.
Okay, so we've got pattern recognition, critical thinking, lifelong learning. What other decision-making skills does reading help with?
Well, the source talks about something that's often overlooked in our fast-paced world: patience.
Patience. That's interesting. How did that connect to reading?
It's about developing that ability to wait, to delay gratification. True success takes time.
So they're playing the long game, not jumping at the first opportunity.
Right. It's like they have this inner compass that guides them towards decisions that align with their values and long-term goals.
And that alignment is crucial for finding meaning and fulfillment, not just success.
The source says reading, particularly in areas like philosophy and ethics, can really help with that kind of self-reflection.
So it's like they're having this deep conversation with themselves, figuring out what truly matters.
Exactly. And then using those values to guide their actions. It's powerful stuff.
It reminds me of that Buddhist teaching about right action, doing things based on wisdom and compassion.
You're right on the money. Reading can be a great way to cultivate those qualities. But there's one more thing I want to bring up from the source that I found really fascinating.
Oh, what's that?
The role of reading in developing emotional intelligence.
Emotional intelligence. Now, that's something I haven't considered before. How does reading help with that?
Well, think about it. When you read and you're exposed to all these different characters and their experiences, their joys, their struggles or relationships, you're basically expanding your emotional vocabulary.
So you're learning about human nature through these stories.
Exactly. And that helps you develop empathy, the ability to understand and share what others are feeling.
Which is so important for building relationships and dealing with conflict.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And for billionaires who are constantly working with people leading teams and negotiating deals, building partnerships, that's got to be essential.
I can see that emotional intelligence is definitely a key ingredient for success these days.
Totally. And reading, especially fiction, can be a powerful tool for building that empathy.
It's like a safe space to practice those real-life interactions.
You got it. And the cool thing is those simulated experiences can actually help you in the real world.
Make you better at connecting with people and navigating those tricky social situations.
It's not just about getting smarter, it's about becoming more human, more in tune with ourselves and others.
Reading can really open the door to a deeper understanding of the human experience.
This has been an amazing deep dive so far.
We've learned so much about how reading makes us better decision makers, how it helps us grow as individuals,
And how it even develops our emotional intelligence.
and what I find truly inspiring is that this power is available to everyone.
It doesn't matter what your background is or what you want to achieve.
You can all pick up a book and start this incredible journey.
Well said. We've covered a lot of ground today, but we still have one more piece of this puzzle to explore.
Right, this fascinating connection between billionaires, Buddhism, and the transformative power of reading.
Let's jump into that final piece after a quick break.
Okay, so we're back and we've been talking about this amazing connection between billionaires, Buddhism, and the power of reading.
We've covered a lot of ground, yeah.
Yeah.
From decision-making to personal growth to even emotional intelligence.
But before we wrap up, I want to touch on one more thing from our source material. It's this idea of daily reading as a ritual, something that helps build discipline and mindfulness.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. Especially in a world that's constantly bombarding us with distractions, it's so easy to get off track and lose sight of our goals.
But billionaires with their crazy schedules still manage to make time for reading every day. It really shows the power of discipline.
It's like they're making a conscious choice to invest in themselves, prioritizing their growth no matter how busy they are.
And that commitment to constant learning, that's a hallmark of successful people in any field, not just business.
Absolutely. It's a good reminder that success isn't just about talent or luck. It's about making those choices that help you grow and get closer to your goals.
And daily reading can be a powerful way to reinforce those choices.
It's like a daily reminder that you're dedicated to learning and self-discovery.
It's like saying to yourself, I'm investing in myself. I'm becoming the best version of myself.
And that mindset, that's what separates the people who achieve extraordinary things from the ones who just drift through life.
It's so inspiring to realize that we all have that power to choose our path, to shape our own destiny and create a life that has meaning.
And reading can be a guiding light on that journey. It's been an incredible deep dive exploring this connection between billionaires, Buddhism, and the transformative power of reading.
We've learned so much about how reading can make us better decision makers, how it helps us grow as individuals.
And how it even strengthens our emotional intelligence.
And the best part is that this power is available to everyone, no matter who you are or what you want to achieve.
So as we wrap up this deep dive, I want to leave our listeners with a final thought inspired by that Buddhist idea of interconnectedness.
Oh, I like this.
How can you take what you've learned from your reading and not just apply it to your own life, but also use it to make a positive impact on the world around you?
That's a beautiful challenge.
Yeah.
It encourages us to think beyond ourselves and use our knowledge to create real change.
Because true fulfillment doesn't just come from personal success. It comes from contributing to something bigger than ourselves.
For making a difference in the lives of others.
Exactly. On that note, we'll wrap up this episode of The Deep Dive. Keep exploring, keep reading, and keep striving to make a positive impact on the world. Until next time, happy reading.